Has Ronda Rousey retired from the sport? The fight against Amanda Nunes that cost her the second defeat in a row in the only 2 defeats she has in her career might be the last fight we ever see Ronda Rousey in. According to Dana White, president of the UFC, Ronda Rousey seems to not be interested in fighting anymore. During an appearance on the UFC Unfiltered podcast, the UFC president said, "In the conversation I had with her, if I have to say right here, right now, and again, I don't like saying right here, right now, because it's up to her, but I wouldn't say she fights again. I think she's probably done. She's going to ride off into the sunset and start living life outside of fighting." I mean, would you blame her? The last 2 defeats from Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes were devastating. She was this big undefeated monster, she had a great career, she won the biggest title, she helped women's MMA make a lot of stride in the sport, and of course she made a lot of money. Even in the 2 defeats, she must have made the biggest purse ever. Both fights with Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes sold around 1 million, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, which means she gets a cut from the pay-per-view sales, which means she made a lot of millions. Ronda Rousey was the biggest star in the UFC, next to Conor McGregor. She wrote a book, she starred in a couple of movies, even though she lost and her reputation is not so good anymore, even though she says she doesn't care about her own reputation. I think she's gonna have other opportunities to work in the future, maybe do more movies, maybe coach, maybe open a gym. I think she's set financially. I think her legacy is intact, even though I heard a lot of people say after the loss to Amanda Nunes that she was built up from the media and she wasn't as good. She was as good. She beat everyone in her division up to a point when the opponents became better than her. I don't think she wants to go through that again. I don't know if Ronda Rousey is gonna make it official soon, or maybe she will change her mind and want to fight again. But tell me, what do you guys think? Should she fight again? Should she retire and do something else? Let me hear your opinion.